All right, good people, so Computex just finished. Man, what a crazy show it was.
Yeah.
I've never seen it so busy, like day one,
This
massive
was the
lines.
craziest show that we've seen actually in the last 5 years, which means good things for the industry.
Yeah, it means we got to observe some interesting and unique trends that will definitely percolate into later 2024 and definitely into 2025.
Yeah, and because of those crowds, there was a bunch of also cool products that we just weren't able to show you. And that is what this video is all about. Those trends and some additional products that we thought were just so cool. So I guess let's get into it.
Yeah, enjoy. Perhaps one of the most exciting trends is the availability of products, and it actually goes into the title of one. This is the Height Y70 Ti. Ti stands for Touch Infinite, and we asked why Infinite. It's because they actually have these now in stock. They redesigned the screen to be slightly lower resolution and way brighter than before, and therefore it's slightly easier to produce and is actually going to be available. I really appreciate that. Black and white models, but we also have this beautiful Y70 in strawberry milk, beautiful matte pink all around, absolutely every single element in here aside from the riser cable, and this blueberry milk as well, another very beautiful blue. It's not too navy, it's not too teal, gorgeous, little splash of color in the space. Very different already from our traditional boring black box or a fish tank, now in different colors. And also we have a tower milk, so even if you come over here, look at how gorgeous this lavender looks. I mean, Height, keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
So where do AIOs go from where they currently are into like the next generation? And that's what Tri-X is trying to do, at least with the visuals. So what they have here is a 2K curved AMOLED that is running at 60 Hertz on this AIO. Now this is their panorama. I wonder why they call it that. So this is actually perfect for those sort of fish tank cases. It looks absolutely stunning. Something else that they are doing that we're going to see a little bit more of is they're trying to solve the balance issue with high-speed fans. Now, a lot of that comes down to using LCP, and that's what they're actually using for their Rota series fans. But in order to properly balance it, they're using stainless steel as well. So what you see here is actually a stainless steel top cap that every single fan utilizes in order to really try to balance things out, get that gap to the minimum possible in order to maximize performance.
All right, guys, so we're seeing a lot of wood on this show floor from cases, but we have not yet seen something like this. This is what I call shoelaces, but it's a rope or paracord, and it's from a brand called Tri-X. It's something brand new for us. This is still kind of in prototype stages, showing what's possible for the front panel, and I absolutely love this. I didn't realize how cool this would look, especially because you can do different patterns of the cord. You can do different weaves of the cord. That's exactly what they're showing. So right now, for example, we have the two separations in this very beautiful like military green. Here we have a much brighter element with a lot of horizontal lines that separate this whole thing. Just because you can do so many color options with paracord, and it's also fairly inexpensive. It's way cheaper than doing wood. And I'm not sure if it's cheaper than doing like a mesh metal panel, but it's definitely different. All right, so we've seen wood, we've seen paracord, we've seen different textures. We have not seen yet leather. So this is awesome. This is from Montec. This is a new Honor series. They're gonna try and introduce different colors for the body and the leather too. And I think we can see, this is not real leather, by the way, it's fake. So it's going to withstand, different humidity, different moisture levels, different heat. That's the proper way, I would say, to have more texture, more colorways in the case space that looks really, really interesting, especially combined with different ventilation patterns, different paneling. I would love to see more of that in the future. Yes, please.
Power supplies in 2024 and 2025 are going towards very different levels too, and that is on the silence and efficiency. So this, Noctua is getting into the power supply game through a partnership with Seasonic. This is the Noctua Edition Seasonic TX1600. So it's their best power supply. Now Noctua's involvement is pretty straightforward. It's to address noise. Even though this is a super quiet power supply to begin with, the addition of this custom fan grill and an A12 by 25 fan reduces the overall noise level by 8 to 10 decibels. And that's incredible, and it's where we're going to see all of the power supplies going forward.
Now Be Quiet's entering the fish tank category. This is the light base 600 and 900, slight size difference. Obviously a really cool design with these beautiful lines, even illumination. The most important thing about this enclosure though is the ability to have the case in the standard orientation. laying flat or inverse over here with the components visible on the left side. And the way you do that is just with case feet. That's a brilliant approach. It's just this little case feet, 4 of them, comes in black or white, and this little locking mechanism that goes into over here, and you rotate it to lock the feet. The top and the bottom and all the sides are basically identical in design. Therefore, when you rotate the case laying flat or whatever, you don't have to change orientation of any of the cables or nothing. Changing the orientation without changing any of the cables, without needing to rework any of the hardware. I love it.
Okay, so one of the things that we've seen time and time again is that the air cooling market has very much reached that plateau of cooling capacity. Very few companies have been able to break through it because you have a limited amount of space for maximizing your cooling. A lot of companies are going to be moving to something called a 3D vapor chamber, but actually productizing that and mass producing it has proven to be a huge challenge. Cooler Master is actually one of those companies. But Deepcool, on their newest Assassin 4 VC Vision, is actually, they think that they've nailed it. So what we have here is a 3D vapor chamber on the bottom of this cooler in order to take the heat away from the CPU a lot faster. It is so efficient at actually taking that heat away from the core that you need to upgrade the heat pipes as well. And all of these heat pipes have been upgraded to quickly whisk away that heat from the 3D VC up into the fin array. The other thing that they've done, of course, is basically upgrade a couple of other areas. They have added an LCD display like you've seen on a bunch of the other Deepcool products. Cool thing about this is that it shows, yes, all of your information, but installation is so easy. All you have to do is take it off. That's where your mounting points are for the cooler, and once you're all done, you just boom, pop it back on. The other thing I need to mention is because of that vapor chamber, you get about 300 watts of technical dissipation with this. I really want to test it. We're going to see. It's going to be coming probably like closer to the end of this year. All right, so another trend that we're seeing a lot of lately is the move by AIO manufacturers to move towards LCD displays. But look, that isn't anything new that's going to be coming in 2024 and 2025. But what we will see is a gradual lowering of the cost of those units. Now, this is the Thermalright Hypervision 240 or 360. That is a 4-inch LCD. That is a pretty basic 480 by 480 resolution. And to be honest with you, I don't think you need all that much more than that. But because they're focused on value engineering these solutions, the pricing that they are going to offer is going to move the whole market downwards as well. So for the 240 millimeter version, we're looking at about $100. On the other hand, for the 360 millimeter version, we're looking at only about $120 to $125. That is just mind-blowing. And I hope we see a little bit more of these because I know that you guys have some very, very, I guess you would say, strong opinions about LCDs and their place in any type of system. But personally, I like the fact that it does offer the people who want them more customization. And now, with the lower pricing that we're going to see throughout this year into next year, they're becoming more accessible. And that is so important. All right, background noise suppression, baby.
Yeah, you come to Taiwan, you expect some scooter action.
Absolutely. Oh my God, the mosquito.
I had to change location because of the mosquitoes, but we did get to see not too many hardware announcements. I was expecting like more stuff from the GPU side, like there's Ryzen 9 AI, but there was one particular hardware announcement that was quite important on the memory side. What was it?
Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about CAMM2 or LP CAMM.
Yeah.
On the desktop side, unfortunately, it won't mean much until there's processors that can take advantage of massive memory bandwidth, because that's what LP CAMM will excel in. Right now, it's just like a weird thing that some motherboard manufacturers like MSI are putting onto their motherboards for their BTF format. Right now, I can see it really permeating into the ITX side, because what it allows you to do is instead of your SODIMMs, these are compression attached memory modules, so they lie flat against the motherboard. That is absolutely great for the ITX market. So you can have slightly larger coolers without intruding into the memory module area. Where it will be amazing is on the laptop memory market, because right now we're seeing less and less upgradable memory because every single manufacturer is going thinner. So if we move away from those SODIMM slots to LP CAMM that lies flat against that motherboard, we get to have upgradable memory in slim and light laptops.
That's awesome. But also it percolates into the desktop side of things, where we'll get new motherboards on the ATX MicroTX form factor, and a whole reconfiguration around the CPU socket, because now we have this new CAMM module that's going to be installed on the right. So new CPU coolers are going to be exciting. That will potentially cover that area for additional airflow. We'll get different capacity modules. So right now, I think they're maximum of 48 gigabytes, and then we'll expand into, you know, it's going to be like a half module, a full-size module. So the visual side of things will be very different when these new CAMM2 modules are going to sort of, I'm not sure if they're going to replace the traditional DDR5.
We don't know right now, but I think Arrow Lake S afterwards, not really now with Ryzen 9000 in the future. But anyways, that's one of the things that we saw that was pretty cool that we didn't get to cover.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed our coverage.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. And let us know what you guys seen throughout other coverage like that was really interesting, and let's have this conversation down below. I'm Dmitry.
I'm Mike.
We got Ibra behind the camera.
And Robert is editing in the suite.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks for coming along for this another wonderful Taipei trip.
Have a good one, guys.